Now that you've looked at the notes for our ternary ionic nomenclature, we're just going to talk through 3 quick examples to make sure that you understand everything from today's lesson. So we're going to look at the difference between an aluminum nitride, aluminum nitrate, and aluminum nitrite. When we're trying to write the formula for each of these 3 compounds, we're going to begin by looking up the symbol and the charge of our cation, which in all 3 of these is aluminum, and aluminum is in group 13, so that's a +3 charge. We then look up the symbol and the charge of the anion. Since this is the IDE ending, that's just plain nitrogen, and nitrogen has a -3 charge. The ATE and the ITE ending are listed for you on the top of your periodic table in those polyatomic ions. So nitrate is NO3 with a -1 charge, and nitrite is NO2 with a -1 charge. This 3 and this 2 belong to the polyatomic ions. Without them, they would not be these polyatomic ion endings, so you can't change that. We look and see if each of these can be reduced or simplified. So we have a 3 and a 3 as charges, so that can be reduced to a 1 and a 1. We have a 3 and a 1 as a charge, so that cannot be reduced. And we have a 3 and a 1 as a charge, and again, that cannot be reduced. You cannot reduce charges with subscripts that already exist. You can only reduce the charges. After everything is reduced as much as possible, now we crisscross. So our final formula for aluminum nitride would be AlN. Aluminum nitrate would be AlNO3, which goes in parentheses because we need another 3 on the outside, and AlNO2 because this was nitrite instead of nitrate, and again we need a 3 on the outside. Notice we didn't write any of the 1s, and we also didn't write plus and minus charges because again these are counts as the subscripts. They're no longer an actual charge. If we're using polyatomic ions and going backwards, so something like Mg3, PO4 in parentheses 2, if we need the name of this, we really follow the same rules as before. We name the cation or the metal first, so that would be magnesium, and then we name the anion, so that's phosphate. The difference being that because this is a polyatomic ion, which we know because there's a total of 1, 2, 3 capital letters, we don't change the ending of the name that was listed on the top of the periodic table. It said phosphate was PO4 -3, and that's exactly what we wrote. PO4 -3 is phosphate. Notice the 3 and the 2 did get crisscrossed, but when we're writing the names of these ionic compounds, we don't really need to worry about that. Let me know if you have any questions on today's lesson.